I want you to know that age doesn't matter. The founder of McDonald's founded it at the age of 52. The founder of KFC founded it at the age of 62. There is something that God wants to do through you. There is something remarkable that you can still accomplish in this life. Take that step and say enough is enough. Enough of this mediocre life. Enough of sitting behind and feeling so stuck. There are a number of times in my life when I felt stuck. And if I did not take the step, nothing would have happened. If you are feeling lost at this age, it's just a sign to show you that there are greater things ahead of you. To show you that you can still take charge of your life. Many of us grow living other people's life, living other people's dreams, living other people's expectation concerning us. And because of that, sometimes we feel so unfulfilled in life. You know, it could be societal expectation. The society makes us to feel that at this age, we are supposed to have gotten married. At this age, we are supposed to have had children. At this age, we are supposed to have had a good job. At this age, we are supposed to have become stable in life. And all this societal expectation makes us to keep feeling like, okay, I'm under this pressure to be able to achieve this thing in life. You know, and we live our life trying to meet up with these expectations. But I want you to know that even as we try to meet this expectation, if you have not gotten to that place of real fulfillment in your life, you will still feel so empty. And there are so many things. I want you to know that change can only come from within you. When you as an individual decide that you are going to change your life, that's when change is going to effectively start. When you become uncomfortable with where you find yourself, that's when change is going to occur. There are a number of times in my life when I started from square one. One of these times, after I had a child, I had to drop this child at daycare when the child was just 2 weeks old. And after I dropped this child, I sat in the car about to drive to work. I sat in the car and I began to cry, asking myself for how long would this last? And I knew there and then that I needed to make a change. At that time, I asked myself, when would this life change? You know, people from outside looking at me at that time, they were like, oh, this lady has just had a child. She has a PhD. She has a good job. She has a husband. You know, there were all these things that people can name and say, yes, she's living the best life ever. But I alone knew that I was not happy. I knew that that was not the kind of life I wanted to live. That I'll be dropping a 2-week-old baby, driving to work. I knew there and then that that was not the kind of life I wanted to live. I had to make up my mind for that transformation to begin from within. Not even knowing what the direction was, not even knowing what I was going to do, I sat down and I wrote down my passion. What is it that I want to actually achieve in life? What is it that brings me fulfillment? What is it that makes me happy? I wrote those things down. And after I wrote down those things, I began to ask myself, okay, how am I going to get to this goal? How am I going to achieve these things? If you are feeling confused in life, if you are feeling like you don't know what to do, and you feel like time is against you, the one thing that I'm going to tell you is that it's because it is time for you to take steps. It's because it is time for you to take action. It's because it is time for you to make those changes to achieve the dreams that you want to achieve. Something that I always tell myself is, if I don't make that change now, if I don't take that step now, what will happen in 5 years' time? In 5 years' time, will I still be at that same position, asking myself, I wish I had taken that step 5 years ago? Do I want to find myself in my 50s, in my 60s, in my 70s, and I'm regretting that I wish I had taken that step last year? I wish I had taken that step few years ago. Some people are okay living the life they are living, but for you and I, it's not okay. And because you feel that way, because you feel stuck, then it is time for you to take action. One of the stories in the Bible that I like is the prodigal son. The prodigal son had left his father, went and squandered everything that he had. But the thing that interests me so much about his life is that one day he came to his senses and he said to himself, my father's servants, they are enjoying, they are eating so well compared to even how I'm doing. He had to sit down and take stock of his life. He had to sit down and reflect. He had to sit down and say, this is my current situation. This is where I want to be. This is where I'm living now. This is the kind of food I'm eating, but this is the kind of food I want to eat. This is where I find myself now, but this is a place where I want to be in days ahead. And so if he did not sit down to reflect, then he would not have taken that step. It's the same thing with us. When we start feeling stuck in life, when we start feeling confused, we start feeling like we are behind, it's time for us to sit and reflect. and ask ourselves, what do I want to achieve in the next 6 months? What do I want to achieve in the next 1 year? What do I want to achieve in the next 5 years? Sit down, tell yourself, this is where I want to be. This is the kind of house I want to live in. This is the kind of relationship I want to have with myself. This is the kind of thing I want to be doing. This is the kind of life I want to live. If you don't envisage it, if you don't think about it, if you don't talk about it, you are not going to walk toward it. Is it too late for you to change your life? I want you to know that somebody like the founder of McDonald's, he started it when he was 52 years old. The founder of KFC started it when he was 62 years old. And look at the impact that they have created. Look at McDonald's today. Look at KFC today. Is it too late for you to start your dream? No, it is never too late. Is it too late for you to change your life? No, it is never too late. I like this verse in Job chapter 14 verse 7. It says that at least there is hope for a tree. Because if this tree is cut down, it's going to sprout again. It's going to grow again. If the branches are cut off, that tree still has hope. If you have decided on the kind of things that really interest you, you've thought of the kind of things that you want to do, the things that bring you fulfillment, the things that make you happy, sit down and ask yourself, what do I need to be able to achieve this goal? Let's say, for example, one of the things that you want to achieve is that you want to change your financial life. You want to start a business. And let's say, for example, you say you want to start like a KDP business, or you want to start dropshipping business, or affiliate marketing. There are many businesses that you can start even with very little amount of money. The next thing that you are going to do is to sit down and ask yourself, what do I need to learn? Now you start learning those things. Is it too hard? No. You look at what you are lacking. What are the things that you are lacking? What do you have to still learn? What are the things that you need to know? So now start learning those things. There is so much free information here on YouTube. People have put their knowledge in books. People have put their knowledge in courses. Look for someone who has already achieved what you want to achieve in life and start learning from them. Sometimes, you know, when you want to take those steps in life, people will start telling you, no, this is not possible. You cannot do this. These people who are telling you that this is not possible, they themselves, they have not even achieved it. Even you yourself, you start talking yourself out of the things that you really want to achieve in life. A few days ago, I was talking with someone and this person was telling me, no, that's too hard. I don't think I can do that. I'm not sure I'm ever going to be able to achieve that. And I was like, how do you know? You've not tried. You've not tried it. How do you talk yourself out of something when you've not even tried it? The first thing is, when you have that drive, you start putting effort, you learn. I want to take myself as an example. There are many things that I've learned for the past few years. I've learned dropshipping. I've learned Amazon FBA. I've learned KDP. I've learned how to create videos on YouTube. I've learned how to do faceless YouTube channel. I've learned how to trade until I've passed prop firms, if you know what that is. You have to prove yourself that you're able to trade, and then someone is going to give you a certain amount of money for you to use it in your trading journey. I've learned how to write books. I've learned how to invest. I've learned how to do affiliate marketing. All these things and many others, I learned them in the past year. Just to show you that everybody can learn, everybody can change their life. Invest in yourself. Get organized. Stop all kinds of distractions. Anything that is a distraction that is not leading you toward your goal, I'm telling you, it's time for you to cut off from those things. There is so much entertainment, so much distraction, so much going on in the internet. If there is something that is not leading you toward your goal, cut off from those things. There are some friends that are a huge distractions to our goals. Cut off from them. Even if it's just for 3 months, even if it's just for 6 months, work on yourself. You are going to thank yourself tomorrow. Look for people who are going toward the direction where you are going. Look for people who can support you on your journey. Even if you don't find anybody, just be accountable to yourself. Even if you don't find anybody, I want you to know that the Lord is with you. One of the verses that I love so much in the Bible is Isaiah 30 verse 21. That makes me to understand that even when I get confused, when I get lost, I have the Lord with me who is going to tell me, daughter, this is the way. When you are conscious that everything we do on this earth, we have to give an account, just that itself holds you accountable, knowing that you have to put in your best. So overcomers, I want you to know that it is time for us to desist from this kind of attitude. There is something great ahead of you. I don't want you to sit 5 years from today and you start regretting that I wish I had just taken that step. It is time for you to take that step and transform your life. You have the power within you to change your life. Don't sit and depend on what people say about you. I want you to know that everything you've gone through in life is an experience that is going to move you forward. Everything that you've experienced in life has been a stepping stone toward your journey. You know how Joseph was thrown in the pit? He was sold by his brothers. He was falsely accused by Potiphar's wife. He went to prison for something he did not commit. All these things, even though they look so negative, these are the things that led him closer to what God wanted him to achieve in life. So sometimes the pain might be too much. Sometimes the rain might be so heavy. Sometimes it looks so dark ahead of us. You know, one thing that I've come to learn is that when it gets so dark, it means that we are coming to the breaking of the day. You know, you might be going through it and you feel like you are so stuck. It's so dark ahead of you. I want you to know that it is time for that shaking. It is time for that transformation. It is time to achieve those things that you are supposed to achieve in life. It might look so painful. It might look so difficult. But think about a woman in labor. When she's about to have that baby, that is when she has the highest pain. I want you to know that a baby is about to be born. I want you to know that a new dream is about to be accomplished. I want you to know that something that has never existed is about to be formed. When you create a new book, when you start something new, that thing did not exist at all. But because you took that step, you made that thing came to life. And that thing is going to be a blessing to somebody. Then it means you are just a channel to bless those many lives. I always tell myself, what if I did not do that thing? What if I did not take that step? What would have happened to that child who read that book and their life was transformed? So overcomers, I want you to know that if you don't take this step, if you don't change your life, no one is going to help you. If you are looking for a skill that you want to start, you can check out my course down below. If you have any question, put it in the comment section. Check the description box. Check my website. I'm going to put everything down below.
It's been a while since we laid down.